Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now the Bitcoin price has found massive support along this important support range just here. And also stay tuned because in just a moment, I'll be discussing if this is the breakout that we've been waiting for. In just a moment, I'll be showing my next Bitcoin price targets and some very important levels to pay attention to. And on top of that, I'll be talking about my Bitcoin strategy right now. So definitely make sure you're watching all the way to the end so that you're not missing out on all of this valuable information. And just before we jump into it, if you could just leave a like on the video down below, and if you could subscribe with notifications turned on if you're new to the channel, of course, then I really do appreciate that, and honestly it helps out the channel so much. But anyway, with all of that out of the way, let's get straight to what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Bitcoin US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame, and yeah, first of all, we've clearly seen a break to the upside here out of this previous potential bull flag just here. So this break to the upside is obviously a bullish sign in the short term, and also the fact that we held this range as support was amazing to see, because zooming back further in the charts, as you can see here, previously this has been massive support for the Bitcoin price, and also when we broke below it, this was providing huge resistance for the Bitcoin price until we broke back above it again, and now it has been tested as support. So by the way, this range that I'm talking about is roughly between around 46,500 to 47,500, and once again, that's just basically to include all of these previous important resistance levels and supports levels that we had here. Now, even though the price has clearly left this pattern to the upside, we have not seen any major confirmation of the actual price targets to come into play. So what I mean by confirmation for the new viewers on the channel is preferably if we can see the volume pick up here as we're breaking to the upside, that would be great to see. But as you can see here, the volume has remained pretty flat, which is actually a sign to be skeptical of the current price action. So what we need to see if the volume remains flat is at the very least some sort of retest here of this previous resistance line and flip it into new support. So this line that we need to hold above is coming in at roughly around 47.6k, 47.7k. Obviously, it also depends on how long we take to actually get towards that line again. But for as long as the price holds above this top range just here, then that will actually confirm a break to the upside if we can get a successful bounce along that level. If we drop back below that level, and more importantly, if we form a new lower low here on the 4-hour time frame, then that is when to flip more bearish, at least in the short term. So definitely keep that in mind as well. Even though we are potentially breaking out to the upside here, we have not seen any major confirmation just yet. And so before entering any sort of trade, it's always important to see some sort of confirmation, because sometimes these sort of breakouts can lead into fake outs. So basically they pump to the upside and then pretty quickly come back to the downside. Obviously, I'm not saying that's going to definitely happen as well. I'm just saying it's definitely safer to wait for some confirmation before entering a long position, for example. And on the topic of entering a long position, there's also another point of risk that I will mention in just a moment. But just before I get into that, now talking about the technical price target out of this pattern just here. If this actually plays out like a bull flag, because it clearly has formed as if it's a bull flag, then basically to measure out the price target, you just take the flagpole and bring it over to the other end of the flag. So if we're taking from the candle bodies here on the 4-hour time frame, that gives us a technical price target of around 51,000, just above 51,000. But if you're taking the technical price target from the bottom of this wick low just here, then that gives us a technical price target of around 52.1k, so just above 52,000. So basically in between 51 to 52k is kind of that range, that price target range that I will be targeting next for the Bitcoin price if we can confirm this breakout to the upside. But now getting into that other risk point that I was just talking about, once again, bringing out the Fibonacci retracement tool from this high at around 53,000 down to this capitulation wick low at around 42,500 approximately, that gives us the golden pocket coming in at around 49,000 up towards nearly 49.5k. So in that little range just there is huge resistance for the Bitcoin price, and that is potentially what we're finding resistance along right now. Obviously, we haven't hit that exact golden pocket. We've actually come a little bit short at the time of filming this video, but the golden pocket here is definitely something that I am paying strong attention to, because while the Bitcoin price is below the golden pocket, we cannot flip too bullish just yet, at least. So for extra confirmation of a potential long position, I would also like to see the Bitcoin price start breaking above around 49,500 US dollars up towards around 50k. Obviously, you could enter a long position at these lower prices below the golden pocket, but I'm just letting you guys know that if you're doing that, you are taking on more risk, because this is still acting as major resistance to the upside at around 49 to 49,500 US dollars once again. And don't forget about this exact analysis that I provided to you guys over the last 2 days approximately. And for the brand new viewers on the channel that missed my previous Bitcoin update videos over the past couple of days, basically I was talking about how we actually met the technical price target out of the falling wedge pattern. We broke above the technical price target, came back down to test the technical price target as support, confirmed it as support, and we've now seen one more bounce to the upside. And where have we seen this play out before? Well, just going back exactly 1 month ago, we've seen almost the exact same thing play out. As you can see, we had a falling wedge pattern, which is a bullish pattern, and then we broke to the bullish side out of that pattern, met the technical price target, and actually went a little bit further. Then we came back down, flipped it into support, as you can see here, and then we had one more move to the upside before the bearish price action started kicking in over the next few days. And once again, I literally let you guys know about that 2 days ago here when Bitcoin was still heading sideways. I let you guys know that we could perhaps retest this line just down here and then perhaps see a bounce, one more move to the upside just above these previous highs just here. And once again, if you watched my Bitcoin update video 2 days ago explaining this, I said that that next potential move to the upside could possibly take us up towards the golden pocket, towards 49,000, and we are getting pretty close to that level. And if you're going back 1 month ago at this time just here, bringing out the Fibonacci retracement tool from this high down to this low just here, as you can see, we actually topped out here in the short term, found major resistance at the 1618 Fibonacci level, the golden ratio. Now, obviously, the 1618 Fibonacci level is different to the 61.8% Fibonacci level, but they are both very significant Fibonacci levels on the chart, and obviously, we would not be running into the 61.8% Fibonacci level, the golden pocket last time, just last month, once again, because for that to happen, we need to have a higher high that was actually much higher than all of this price action that played out a month ago. And we clearly did not see that just there. But considering the fact that we actually fell from some higher prices this time around, once again, we're looking at some slightly different Fibonacci levels, but they're still really as significant as each other. Obviously, the Fibonacci levels have slightly different significance, but when you're looking at the golden pocket and the golden ratio, the 618 numbers, they are the most significant Fibonacci levels. And also another crazy similarity between right now and just a month ago, once again, is in the RSI here on the 4-hour time frame. As you can see, right now we are technically forming a small bearish divergence. This hasn't really seen much confirmation as well, but as you can see, we've clearly seen a high and a higher high in the price, and in the RSI, we've gotten a high and a lower high at the time of filming this video. So that there is a bearish divergence, and what it basically means is the bulls are losing momentum, which basically just means that the buying pressure is actually reducing. It's the exact opposite to the bullish divergences that we were seeing only around a week ago here. As you can see, we were seeing lower lows in the price, but higher lows in the RSI. And I'll let you guys know on the channel at that stage just there that the selling pressure is decreasing, and we're actually due to head pretty much sideways, if not a slight move to the upside. And once again, right now we're seeing the opposite to where we were around a week ago before that move to the upside. And now looking at the previous time, just a month ago, as you can see here, we saw the exact same thing play out in the RSI. As you can see, we got a high and a higher high in the price, first of all, but in the RSI on the 4-hour chart, we saw a high and a lower high. So that is a bearish divergence, and what it basically means is, once again, the bulls are losing momentum. We're seeing a reduction in the buying pressure, and we're due to at least head sideways for a little bit, or perhaps slightly to the downside. So I'm sure you can now see a lot of different similarities between right now and just a month ago here. So what does this actually mean for the Bitcoin price right now? Well, it means that we are at risk for potentially some bearish price action just in the short term. Now, that does not mean that we're going to see a massive crash or anything, because last time around, we only saw a gentle bearish movement to the downside, which actually turned out to be an amazing buying opportunity over the next couple weeks. So that's why I was saying earlier that, yeah, you could potentially put in a long position here because of that bull flag, but we have some other elements of risk right now for a long position, and I personally would be waiting for more confirmation or potentially a break above the golden pocket to flip much more bullish again on the Bitcoin price in the short term. And if we don't see a break above the golden pocket, then perhaps after a small pullback, I would start flipping more bullish again on the Bitcoin price. And remember, all of this is speaking about the short term, you know, talking about over the next few days, maybe over the next 1 to 2 weeks or so, that sort of time frame. And when you're seeing it like that, the bearish price action, if anything, you should be welcoming it, it because it gives you opportunities to accumulate at cheaper prices. Because when you're talking about the much longer term, as in many years from now, I am still very bullish on Bitcoin in the much longer term. Now, looking on the daily time frame, we're actually not looking too good on this chart just here, because as I've discussed many times in previous Bitcoin update videos here on the channel over the last few weeks or so, this Bitcoin price action strongly resembles the Bitcoin price action that we saw during this area on the chart. So basically the first half of 2021, but we're simply at a smaller scale right now. And for the longer term subscribers on the channel that have been subscribed for, once again, a few weeks or so, we actually worked out in a previous Bitcoin update video that the scale that we're at right now compared to where we were just here is at around a 3-to-1 scale. So of course, this being the 3 and this being the 1. And now that you can see that this is a potential smaller version of this price action just here, because we've clearly followed a lot of the same sort of peaks in the market, a very similar market structure once again. And right now in this market structure that we're currently forming, we're potentially right now where we were during the beginning of May 2021. As you can see, we saw this top just here after these higher highs, and then we actually saw a break to the downside and then a nice bounce back to the upside before more bearish price action. Now, obviously, I'm not expecting a crash of that scale because once again, we're at a 3-to-1 scale approximately. Now, what actually happens just before the crash here during the beginning of May 2021? Once again, if you're actually zooming into that area on the chart, bringing out the Fibonacci retracement tool from the all-time high at around 64 to 65,000 US dollars down to this next low at around just above 47,000 US dollars. And if you're taking a look at the golden pocket just here, the 61.8% Fibonacci level, that is coming in at pretty much the exact same levels that the Bitcoin price was running into strong resistance, and then we saw a major move to the downside after we simply could not get above the golden pocket. So now just quickly comparing that price action there, once again, a pullback and then a bounce to the upside right into the golden pocket before bearish price action, and comparing it to the current price action right now. As you can see here, a pullback, a bounce back to the upside right into the golden pocket. So if the Bitcoin price sees a strong rejection of this golden pocket just here, then that is how you know that we're actually very likely to see much more bearish price action sometime soon. One of the best ways that we could potentially rule out that scenario altogether and just cancel the bearish scenario altogether is if we see a strong break above the golden pocket first of all, and preferably if we can break that $53,000 high. That would be amazing to see, because also when you're zooming out here, deleting these Fibonacci levels and bringing out this major Fibonacci retracement tool from the all-time high down to these lows at around 29,000 US dollars. As you can see here, where did we top out recently for Bitcoin? At around 1.5 weeks ago, we topped out at pretty much the exact golden pocket. You cannot make this up. The golden pocket is one of the most significant Fibonacci levels here on the chart. And so far, every single major reversal that we've seen on the chart has been at pretty much the exact golden pocket. And taking a quick look at the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index right now, it's sitting on a straight 50-50, meaning that the market is very much split either side. Right now, we have a lot of bulls calling for much higher price action, and we've actually got a lot of bears calling for much lower price action, which is very interesting. So this goes to show that right now we really are at a turning point. We're at a deciding moment in the charts, because we've actually got a lot more room to the upside if we break above that golden pocket, but we've also got around the same room to the downside according to the Fear and Greed Index at the very least. And for those wondering how I trade Bitcoin and crypto altogether, I actually have a full tutorial video linked in the description down below, alongside some of the top platforms that I actually use to trade. And also, this is another platform that I have been getting into a little bit recently. I thought I should just share it with you guys, because I did actually make just a small deposit onto this platform, and already I've gotten a free $350 bonus. So if you want to get a free Bitcoin bonus, feel free to click the link down below. And also, something interesting about Prime XBT is they've actually got this section just here where you can actually see some of the top traders on the platform, and you can actually follow their strategies. So some of these traders are literally earning over 13,000%. And once again, you could just click the follow button to actually see what they're doing and take the trades that they're making if you would want to. So once again, if you want to check this out for yourself, I have a link down below in the description. And by the way, if you use that link, you can actually get a discount on the fees that you're paying here. But anyway, that's just about everything I have to say for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to leave a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this one, because obviously I'm updating you guys every single day here on the channel. And also right now, considering the amazing opportunities that we are about to see, there's never been a better time to stay active in these markets, and there's seriously never been a better time to share these videos around with your friends, to get your friends involved in this amazing opportunity. And as always, I really do appreciate all of your support on the channel at the moment. moment, especially for those of you sharing these videos around. I can't thank you guys enough. But anyway, that's just about everything I have to say for this video. Once again, I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.